and its cure. And I'll address what I am going to say in three parts. First, I'll try to define corruption, because there's the word is used very loosely for almost everything. Second is why it's bad for the country. Corruption is not only just two people exchanging money, which is illegal, but it has a deep impact on the country. So in what way is that impact? And then finally I'll deal with the question of cure. Corruption for us has to be necessarily the misuse of public office for private gain. We cannot make everything corruption. Taking money in a dowry as a dowry is not corruption, it's extortion. The Congress party recently accused Swami Ramdev of himself engaging in corruption by accepting black money. Now Congress had no explanation how is that black money. He said it's in cash, he accepts it in cash. Supposing I'm a very corrupt person and I have a lot of black money and I carry it in my pocket and I go and buy taxi, and when the time to come for me to pay the fare comes and I take out the cash and give it to the taxi driver. The taxi driver, by accepting that cash, cannot be called corrupt because the money was black. A, he doesn't know, and B, there is no misuse of office. We are concerned essentially that people place faith in public officials and they are supposed to serve the country and do what is best for the country. And if they only do what's best for them, then that is corruption, that's misuse of office. So in that sense, we define corruption, and there is a specific act in the country called the Prevention of Corruption Act, under which public officials can be prosecuted. There is a provision in that which says that a public official cannot be prosecuted unless the appointing authority of that public official is satisfied that there is a prima facie case against that person. There is a filtering device, because the government, the parliament did not want to empower people to file cases against anybody at any time on the flimsiest of excuses. That would be harassment. Presently, our criminal law is such that anybody can go to a court and say the following offence has taken place, and the police should be directed to investigate the matter, and prosecution should be launched. But in the case of public officials, you have to get a clearance. So if you want to prosecute a minister, you have to ask the chief minister in the state or the prime minister in the center. If you want to prosecute the prime minister, then you have to ask the president. If you want to prosecute the president, well, on what will you prosecute it? Because the president acts on the advice of the prime and the cabinet. So therefore, there is no way you can prosecute the president under a corruption law. Same thing with chief minister. If you want to prosecute the chief minister, you have to ask the governor for permission to go to court. So therefore, let's be very clear, if you misuse your power to benefit somebody or yourself, that is corruption, and that is the part that we are concerned with. We are not concerned with any other kind of corruption, because doesn't have a nationwide impact. If you can cure this corruption, every other corruption, petty corruption, would be cured. If a policeman, after giving you a parking ticket, takes money and cancels your parking ticket, that's misuse of office. If a clerk changes the files, the speed at which it moves because you gave him some money, that's also corruption, because he's misusing his office. And the same thing if a minister gives a license for a person who's not deserving of it, then that's also corruption. So corruption, in a sense, is misuse of public office to deny the choice by merit. People who should get something on merit don't get it. And people who don't deserve it on merit get it because they pay money. That's the corruption that we are talking about. The impact of corruption is very widespread. It's not only that choice by merit is not made, so an inferior choice is made. I bring out a tender for building a road, and I pass the word around that whoever wants to get the tender will have to give me this much money. If the person who all those who apply or file application for the tender, they think that that much of money if we give, then we will not make profit in making the road. So what happens is they still want the tender. So they give the money and then they use substandard material on the road, which road can be washed off with one monsoon. We have horrible roads in India, not because we don't know how to build roads. We build the best roads in the world. We built lovely roads in Malaysia, in Nigeria. In fact, we built roads in Iraq. And President Bush, not knowing that the Indians had built that road in Iraq, when the American tanks went from Basra to Baghdad, he complimented, said, at least one thing Saddam Hussein did, he built good roads. Saddam Hussein didn't build those roads, built by Indians. We build very good roads everywhere in the world except in India because of corruption. Same thing with the houses we have built in Russia, in Bulgaria and so many other places. So consequently, because the choice is not of merit or merit, so substandard products are served to the public. Electricity is not available, there's power cut because of the fact that there's corruption. Electricity is being stolen, and to make up for it, they give you power cuts. So the public suffers because of a lack of choice on merit. And those who want to do things on merit, they are discouraged. So this is the first impact. It demoralizes the public. The second thing is